वेलकम बैक दोस्तों। तो आज मैं हाजिर हूँ डिकोडिंग पाइथन सीरीज के पार्ट 10 को लेके, जो कि इस सीरीज का लास्ट पार्ट है। और इस पार्ट में हम लोग पाइथन के डिक्शनरीज के बारे में समझेंगे, जानेंगे कि डिक्शनरी क्या होता है। तो शुरू करते हैं डिकोडिंग पाइथन पार्ट 10। लास्ट पार्ट में हमने टपल के बारे में समझा था, और सीक्वेंस हमने देखा था कि टपल भी एक सीक्वेंस है, लिस्ट भी एक सीक्वेंस है। और इस सीरीज में ही डिक्शनरी आता है, जो भी एक तरीके से सीक्वेंस है। डिफरेंस सिर्फ यह है कि डिक्शनरी एक पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर में नहीं होते इसके एलिमेंट्स, इसके लिए इसको सीक्वेंस ना बोल के कलेक्शन बोला जाता है। सो डिक्शनरी इज अगेन अ स्टैंडर्ड डेटा टाइप ऑफ पाइथन with similarities with lists and also with tuple. So what is the basic difference between the list and dictionary? So in list we see that there are values stored inside the list, and those values is having its index value. So we can access the list element with help of its index. But in dictionary, because it is unordered collection, the element of the dictionary does not have a index. In place of index, these element have a key. So in dictionary, there is a key which is associated with its value. So you have a key and you have a value of that key. And that is why dictionary is called collection of key value pairs. So there will always be a pair of key and its value. So in other words, dictionaries are called containers associating keys to its values. How it is depicted? So dictionaries are depicted in curly brackets with curly brackets. You can see that it starts with curly brackets and then key is written. After key, there is colon and then there is key value. So the dictionary starts with curly bracket, ends with curly brackets, and you have pair of key and key value. For example, you can see that we have a dictionary where first key value pair is 1 India, second key value pair is 2 China, and third is 3 Australia. So it gives you an idea that how these pairs are stored in the dictionary as a collection. So to make it more clear, here we have a dictionary named profession. The first pair is Vijay colon doctor. Second pair is Rohan colon engineer. Third pair is Jayesh colon layer. So we can see that at the key places, means at the places of key, the name of the person is written, and at the place of key value, the profession is written. So to understand the dictionary, it can be seen in the table below how this key value pair is analyzed or can be analyzed. We come to uh, the next point where we'll see how to create a dictionary. So as we have been creating list, tuple, there is a method of creating a blank dictionary, that is just passing the curly bracket, and then we can enter its element by specifying the key and its value. So that is the first method. In second method, what we can do, that we can simply write the elements of the dictionary within curly brackets and define a dictionary. So in this case, the complete dictionary with its element is written and it is stored in the name of that dictionary. Third method is dict method, where we specify the value of the key with general statement like apple is equal to 80, orange is equal to 60, banana is equal to 25, and then it is processed inside the dict command. You can see that when we write the name of the key, it is not written inside the quote. So always remember, in this command, the key is written as an argument, so it is not inside the quote, and then value is written as per its data format we decide. So if it is a string, then in value we'll have to put quote, single quote or double quote. And the fourth one is a zip method, where uh, first the tuple containing the key and the tuple containing the key value is processed inside the zip, and then this data overall is processed inside the dict. So automatically what zip does, zip associates the key with its value one by one, right? So what zip does, zip connects the key with its value one by one, and then what dict does, dict creates a dictionary out of that data. So we'll do this in our Thony ID. So first method, dict1 is equal to two curly brackets. If we print dict1, and we also print type of dict1. Let's see what we get. So when we run it, what we get? We get a blank dictionary in output, and the class is dict. So we know that it has created a dictionary named dict1. Now what we can do? We can add data into this dict. So we'll write dict1 in square bracket. We'll write the key, whatever we want to put, like name and equal to, and then we'll write the value of the key. Now let's run this command. See, now we have a dictionary with one element, key value pair, name Rajesh. Let's put another element, age 34. Run it. See, now the same dictionary have two elements, name Rajesh, age 34. So this is one way of creating a dictionary, right? Second way is directly put all the elements inside the curly brackets in the form of dictionary. So name colon Rajesh, comma age colon 34. So you can see that here we have not created a blank dictionary. We have directly given this expression. Let's see what we get. So first we'll see what is the type, and then we'll print the dictionary, so that we can see that what is the output. You can see that class is dict. So dict1 is a dictionary, and then the output is what we have entered. So this is the most common way. This is the most common way of creating a dictionary. Third is what we do. We do it by dict function. Here key is given as an argument, so it will not be inside the quote. Let's see what we get. There is an error. Now run this. See, class is dict. We have not given a curly bracket. We have just given the dict function, but that dict function has created a dictionary. Class is dict, and then output is in the form of dictionary. There is a colon between key and its value. We have not given any colon there. We had just defined that key. First key was name equal to Rajesh, age is equal to 34. So these arguments, name argument becomes a name key, age argument becomes age key, right? And the last method is a zip method. So in this, what we do, we create a zip function after dict. In zip, the first thing that there will be the all the keys inside the parenthesis, and all the values inside the parenthesis in that particular order. And let's see what we get. Same output. Class is dict. Automatically what it has done, inside the zip, the first element of the first parenthesis with the first element of the second parenthesis. It has connected both. So name becomes the key, largest become the key value. So these are the 4 methods by which we can create dictionary. All these 4 methods have its advantages over each other. So as per the case, we can use any of these. So I think now creating a dictionary is, I have already explained everything, how to create dictionary. See, the keys of the dictionaries are immutable. So we can modify the value of the key, but we cannot modify the key itself. So if we try to put a mutable type data in the key, then it will raise an error. So this example, in the first one, we are given a tuple in the key, it has accepted. We have given a list in the key in the second expression, it has not accepted. So let's see in Thony. So instead of name, I'll give a tuple, run it. So you have a dictionary with key as 1, 2, tuple. I'll give now, I'll make it 1, 2 as a list and run it. It has raised an error, unhashable type list. So key cannot be mutable type element. So if we try to put a list as a key, it will not accept it, right? Then how to access the elements? Accessing element of the dictionary is very easy. Like we used to access the element of the list through its index, here we access the element with its key. So if we have a dictionary called fruit cost, apple 80, orange 60, banana 25, then what we do, if we give a command fruit cost apple, it will give us output of 80. So we have given the key apple, it has given us the key value 80. So this is the way we can access the value of the dictionary, but we must know the key here. So that is one thing, we should know the name of the key here. Then we can access the value of that key. We all know that the key value pair is in unordered. So whenever we access these pairs, we should not expect it to be in the specific order. And if that key is not available in the dictionary, what we have entered, then it will give an error. So the first method we saw that we can access the uh, elements of the dictionary, but it is through the index. But what if we don't know, sorry, not index, it's key. But what if we don't know the key? So traversing all the elements with its components, there are methods to know the key and a value separately. So the first method is by using for loop. So generally all the sequence type data, whether be it list, tuple, or dictionary, for is always used to traverse through these sequence elements. So we'll go to Thorny to see how it works. See, first we have defined a fruit cost dictionary. Then when we start the for loop for item in fruit cost, so item is the variable. So this expression, what it does, it assigns the key to the variable item one by one as it traverses the loop. So every time this loop will give us the key one by one. So the item variable will give us the key, not the key value. So from the key, then we can get the key value by giving necessary syntax. So if we simply give command print item, it will print keys only. But if we give command print fruit cost item, that means name of the dictionary and its key, it will give us its keys value. So this is the way, this is the first way of getting all the elements, all the pairs of the dictionary. So let's see in Thorny how to do it. यहाँ पे हम एक डिक्शनरी लेते हैं, dict1. Apple is equal to 60. Orange is equal to 40. Banana is equal to 20. Let's say we have a dictionary with key value pair. In key, name of the fruits are there and the value its costs. So we'll try to run a for loop for item in dict1 print item, and we'll run it. Let's see what happens. There is some issue. Apple. So we take a dictionary, dict1, with 3 elements. And we'll try to run a for loop for item in dict1, print item, and we'll see what is the output. So what it has done, the for loop has taken the key of the dictionary one by one, and it has given us the key. Right. Now let's try to, because we know that we are getting key. So if we put the dictionary name and the key, what we are getting inside the square bracket. So by giving this, we should get the value of the key. See, we have got the value 60, 40, 25, right? So here, if we want to get both, then we can also change our command, and then we can print the key and value both. So this is one way by which we can get all the data. So we can traverse inside the dictionary, और इसमें जो फॉर लूप जो है वो की को लेके आता है, और फिर उस की के हेल्प से हम उस की के वैल्यू को हम फेच करते हैं. So this is the way. What is the other way? Let's see. The other way is to use the keys function and values function. In this, what we do, we give the name of the dictionary dot keys function, or name of the dictionary dot values function. So these functions gives us the sequence, and that sequence can be stored as a list also. So we'll see how to do it. So first we'll try to do in a simple way, dict1 print dict1 dot keys then instead of keys we'll write values. Let's run this. What we get? We get an array First time we get an array of keys as a list. Second time we get the values. Now we can also store these values as a list by list constructor. Take to one keys is equal to list take to one values is equal to list. So what we are doing, we are running the function keys and values, and whatever is the output, we are typecasting it to the list type and storing it in a variable. Right. So what we'll do, we'll print it now. Print dict one keys dict one values. So we see that we got two lists. First list is having the keys, second list is having the values. Right. So what are the other commands? There are a few other commands like modifying the existing element. So if we call the dictionary name and key on the left side and we give a value, then this value replaces the earlier value of that key. Right? So if we want to change the cost of apple, we can change it. Deleting an existing element, there is a del function. If we give del space dictionary name and the key, then it will delete that key, is that element where that key is specified with its value. So that element will be deleted, featuring that key. Then if we want to check whether a particular key is available in the dictionary or not, then we can check it by the operator in and not in. So it will return us the logical value false, true. And then there is a command, JSON command, by which we can print the dictionary in a readable format. Because if our dictionary have, thousands of elements, then simply printing the dictionary will print the whole dictionary in a line. In one line, it will be difficult to read that dictionary. So JSON command, what it does, that it will print a single pair in a single line, and then second pair in the second line, third pair in the third line, so that we can easily read it out. So these are the four commands we'll try to do in Thorny. So first modifying, then deleting, then checking the existence. Let's do it. First, we'll change the cost of apple, dict one. Apple is equal to 100. Now we'll print the dict1. Let's see what happens. So see, now the apple has a cost of 100. So the value of one of the element has been modified. So we can modify the value of the element. We cannot modify the key, but we can modify the value. Second is deleting. So if we give a command del dict1 apple, what it does, if we run it, see, now the new dictionary after deleting the after del command, it does not have the element having apple key. So that element has been deleted, right? Now we'll check. Now let's check. Check the existence of certain key inside the element. So we'll check kiwi in dict1. So we have output of false. That means kiwi, there is no key inside the dict1 by the name of kiwi. Let's change this kiwi with orange. And the output is true, right? And similarly, when we put not in, then the output get reversed. So these were the basic understanding of the dictionary. और मैं समझता हूँ कि डिक्शनरी के बारे में एक जनरल अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपको हो गई होगी, सो दैट अभी आप इसके ऊपर जब भी कुछ स्टडी करोगे, जब भी कुछ पढ़ते हो, कहीं पे डिक्शनरी का यूज करते हैं, तो वो चीजें आपको तुरंत समझ में आ जाएंगे. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट डिक्शनरी, एंड विद दिस पार्ट वी हैव कम टू द एंड ऑफ आवर सीरीज डिकोडिंग पाइथन. तो डिक्शनरी के बारे में तो मैं बताऊंगा कि इनकी एक अलग दुनिया है, बहुत कुछ आपको जानना है डिक्शनरी के बारे में. और इसके साथ मैं ये भी बोलूँगा कि पाइथन के बारे में जो ये 10 सीरीज जो थी, इसमें भी जितनी भी चीज़ें हम लोगों ने सीखी हैं, समझी हैं, इसके बारे में भी और भी चीज़ें आगे आप पढ़ सकते हैं और भी जान सकते हैं. लेकिन जो इनिशियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए वो इस डिकोडिंग पाइथन सीरीज में हमने दिया है, और मुझे लगता है कि ये आपके बहुत काम आया होगा. तो अ बिग थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस सीरीज. पाइथन के दूसरे जो इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स हैं और जो टॉपिक हमने कवर किए हैं, उसमें भी अगर कुछ एडवांस चीज़ें हैं तो उसको सेपरेटली मैं वो वीडियोस डालता रहूँगा, और मैं वापस आता रहूँगा इस चैनल पे. तो इस चैनल को देखना आप कंटिन्यू कीजिए, और भी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ें इस पे आएंगी. सो अ बिग थैंक यू फॉर connecting with me on this series. Thank you.